ESPN Bakersfield welcomes you to the Fantasy Breakdown, giving you the weekly edge and knowledge to dominate your league.
Let's turn this game around!
Providing the starters, sitters, sleepers, and creepers every Sunday, live from 8 to 9 a.m.
Here we go.
The ball is loose. It's a foul.
Brought to you by Muerto's Kitchen and Lounge, Catherine Hall Agency, Farmers Insurance, Fusion Energy, Safari Carpet Cleaning, Law Offices of Kyle Jones, and Advanced Security.
Here we go.
Phone lines are open at 842-2000.
But guess what? That don't mean nothing, man. The only thing matters is a win. That's it. However, whatever it takes. Let's go, man. Let's win on three. 1, 2, 3, win.
And now, let's get this show rolling with your hosts, Sparky and Earffman.
Good morning, Kern County. Good morning. This is Sparky of the Fantasy Breakdown with his boy, the Earffman.
Hello, Bakersfield.
Good morning, the Earffman.
How you doing, Steven?
I'm waking up with Kern County.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Welcome to the Fantasy Breakdown. We're here every Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. You know, keeping you updated on injuries, lineup changes, trades, much, much more. And I want to also start the show like I always do, throwing out a big thank you to all of our sponsors. First off, Safari Carpet Cleaning, best in town. I'll be a client next week. I have to give them a call.
Yeah, I heard about that. You're getting your couch and your
I didn't
living
know.
room.
I didn't know carpet cleaning places did that.
Good prices. Listen for the commercial later. I think it's like $60 for a living room and a hall. Right
Plus,
now.
I have a sectional that really needs some love. It's got dog hair and all sorts of.
Got to get the love out of it.
Spilled goldfish from my son, and
Spilled goldfish.
I'm sure you can find a bag of goldfish somewhere in that couch. I promise that. Big thank you to Muerto's Kitchen and Lounge. We'll be giving away a $20 gift card if you guys can beat us in football picks a little bit later.
Not gonna happen.
It didn't happen last week.
That's right.
It
You
got
know who
close.
won that last week?
Who was that?
It was the Earffman.
Saving the day.
That's right.
Yeah, he did. He saved the day. I was crap. I think I won 2 out of 7 games.
Hey, it's okay. You know, things happen. You know, team
Yeah.
game. It's a team game. I got you.
It is, but we'll take 2, 3 callers. They can go up against us, and you guys don't play each other. You just play us.
Yeah, and that's about the bottom of the hour.
Yep, 8:30.
8:30.
Get your 842-2000. Put in your phone.
So look, if you're out there listening, get up, get yourself some coffee, do a little research, check out the games. We're not going to give you which ones we're picking, but just go through the games. You know, get a good feel, and then see if you can beat the Master Earffman here and the old Sparky over there across the room
the
here.
slumpy Sparky.
Slumpy. It's too early for a slump, man.
A big thank you to Fusion Energy, a local solar company. Call them 877-389-4660. Check them out at fusionenergy.com. And the law offices of Kyle Jones. Free consultation. Give him a call at 833-1090 or check his website out at kwjoneslaw.com. He might be joining us in the next week or two.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get his input on the Zeke thing. There's words and things that I just,
Arbitration.
I like to think that I'm, averagely smart.
Yeah, you're a high school graduate.
And then you got things like arbitration injunctions on the overpass of the 99. I think those are how some of the things go. And I'm like, I don't even know what
Google
that means.
it.
All I know is I get up and I check my lineup and I'm like, hey, is Zeke gonna play today? And it says blah 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 blah. I'm like.
This week he's playing. That's the only thing you have to worry about.
Yeah, this week he is. Yeah, but after that, that's where I'm starting to get nervous.
But no, I hit up Kyle Jones, said, hey, if anything changes with this Zeke thing, because I don't understand the vocabulary that they're using. So if we need some law advice, so he might join us next week. Like I said, the Zeke thing is just getting weird. Now they're saying, oh, it might happen next year. It might happen next week. Like, what are the hell are you guys going to do?
Yeah, I got a little thing here. I'll go over it once we get past the sponsors here and
all right.
start talking some football.
Thank you, Advanced Security. Mr. Bill Holt, give them a call, 589-9700, advancedsecurity.biz. And Farmers Insurance, local agent Catherine Hall. Not only do they do the best home, life, and auto insurance, but they also will match whatever insurance you're using. She'll go down everything you're using And you can also check her out at 4939 Callaway Drive in Suite 104.
104.
So I'm going to start off this show just going through a couple injuries real quick, and then I'll toss it over to Earffman, and he can explain the Zeke thing because I can't help you with that. All I know is he's playing this week. Maybe next week, I don't know. But Odell Beckham Jr.
Yo, you have any news at all on this, or is it?
Yeah, he's questionable.
Yeah, oh, thanks, New York.
Yeah, and he's getting pissed at fantasy owners. He said he's getting sick and tired of checking his Twitter account and fantasy players. Are you going to play? Just give me an insight. Are you going to play or not? And once again, he's playing it at night game, so you have to have a backup.
He's back in prime time, you know.
So you have to have a backup decision if he's not playing or not. But he did practice limited the second part of this week. Giants need him almost as much as I do on my fantasy team.
You know, that's got to be rough. You know, if you think about it, you know, if you're a player and you've got, you know, fantasy football is huge. I mean, come on, man. There's radio shows across the country. We're doing one now, all based on fantasy football.
Yep.
And you know for a fact that if that was you after a while, yeah, you would start to hate the process. You'd be like, you know what? Leave me alone.
Small price to pay on the check he's getting paid.
No, well,
so
that's true.
Get over yourself, Beckham. Get over yourself. Cardinals.
Harsh words from Sparky over there.
He pissed me off last week.
Someone's a little salty this morning.
Yes. I had my backup plan was AP, and he did jack crap.
Oh, yeah, that was okay, yeah. All right, go ahead. I was
a little pissed. I'm still a little pissed, but Cardinals lost their fantasy stud, and a whole lot of fantasy owners lost their first-round pick with David Johnson to a wrist injury versus the Lions last week. He's out, 3-4 months? I heard a earlier show on ESPN saying, go ahead and just drop him. I wouldn't.
Okay.
I'd save it.
Well, if he's out 12 weeks, he comes back, what is it?
Week 14.
So just say from week 1, yeah, so week 13, 14. That is right when your fantasy
playoffs start.
Yeah. So
I would save that little Jim just in case.
I would keep him, especially if you're in one of those easy peasy leagues where you have an IR slot. Just go ahead and check him in down there. And you know, I don't play in any leagues like that.
I play in one.
If I have Johnson in one league, and he will be riding the pine until about week 13, 14, even 15. It doesn't even matter because when he does come back, he's so huge compared to Kerwin Williams and
Chris
Ellington
Johnson.
and CJ2K. I can't believe he's back. But regardless, like I feel Arizona's offense is going to change to a more pass-heavy type deal. I think, unless Carson is just this horrible, awful thing that he's been since the playoffs last season.
Yeah, he looked bad last week.
Yeah, he looked bad last week, and that was surprising. I thought that game was going to be a nice little shootout against Detroit. But anyway, I feel like I've got, no evidence to back this up, but I feel like none of those running backs are capable of doing what David Johnson can do and what he brings to the table. And so Arizona's going to have to make up for that. And the way they do that, I think, is they open the pass game up because they've got pretty good receivers and they got quick guys on the edge, like with J.J. Nelson, and John Brown's a quick little dude.
I mentioned John Brown's out this week too.
Yeah, I'm cutting you off here on your injury list, but that's what I would think would happen. I think there's going to be a little more. I think the passing game is going to tick up, if you ask me. Try to build a lead early. Arians likes to throw it deep. He does like to run that vertical type offense. So
Fitzgerald's stats should go up a little bit.
Well,
JJ.
Yeah, if you're any Cardinal owner that other than DJ, you got to be pretty happy right now. So what else you got?
The Ravens placed running back Danny Woodhead on the IR after suffering a hamstring injury. I know a lot of those were Woodhead was like one of the last picks in our draft, and I thought he was going to have a better year this year in Baltimore, but. Hey.
Oh no, he looked like he was going to be an integral piece of the offense. He's out 8 weeks. I mean, dude, he played 2 quarters or something like that?
Yeah.
And he had, I can't remember now, 4 catches, I think, for 40-something yards. Within the first 2 quarters, he was going to be just the typical Danny Woodhead, good running back too. It was going to, push on. I mean, who are they going to run with? They have Terrence West and Buck Allen or Javorius Allen, and Baltimore did run the ball 41 times in that game. They had 21 carries to Buck Allen after Woodhead went out, and 19 to Terrence. So, I mean, what I would keep, depending on what the rest of your running backs look like, I might stash Woodhead also. Now, if you're somebody that happened to have DJ and Woodhead, I got nothing for you but a hug. That's all I got.
And your money.
Yeah, I got a hug, and you're giving your money away to everybody else in your league.
And the Colts are banged up. I don't know if that helps with what they have, but Andrew Luck is continuing to be out. He is on the active roster, but he's out. Vontae Davis, their number one corner, is out, and safety Darius Butler. I don't even know where to start with Indianapolis.
Dude, they look like a dumpster fire. You got Irsay tweeting out naked chicks.
Yeah,
you got Andrew Luck being like, I don't want to play right now. My arm hurts. And Ty can't catch a pass. He's fumbling on the first ball he catches.
I feel bad for that guy.
It's a huge mess right now, and they are starting Jacoby Brissett today.
That could be something.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just a roll of the dice. Like basically, this
guy can run if he needs to.
Yeah, but that doesn't help Ty.
No,
or Moncrief.
No.
And then you've got Frank Gore in the backfield still. Jesus,
Why?
What have you guys been drafting? You have no offensive line. You've got what's going on?
Oh, moving on. The Patriots wide receiver Danny Amendola is out this week, still in concussion protocol, leaving the Patriots with Cooks, Hogan, and Dorsett.
Yeah, if Dorsett's ready, I guess, for that offense.
He is active, so we'll see.
I think he's just doing punts right now.
Is that what it is?
And maybe kick returns, but not 100% on that. I'll look it up while you're.
It might be Burkhead taking some slot receiver snaps.
Could be.
Vikings Sam Bradford, after a hell of a game last week, is questionable. He practiced a little bit later in the week, had an MRI. I thought he was going to be good to go, but reports out this morning he's a game-time decision, leaving Case Keenum that would take his spot if he doesn't play against the Steelers today. Bears starting running back Jordan Howard is listed questionable, but looks like after his shoulder injury, it looks like he's going to suit up today and play. Tariq Cohen blew up last week, and they also lost receiver Kevin White for the season.
Yeah. You said sorry, I was reading. I wasn't paying attention to you. I apologize. But you said you touched on Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah, Howard's okay. Yeah, Howard's playing. I was checking out some tweets here. I guess Bradford just left the field.
Damn.
So
I just saw the ticker said he did limited workouts this morning.
Yeah, looking right here, Ian Rappaport just dropped in with Case Keenum's warming up on the field now, looking like the starting quarterback in comparison to Bradford, who did very little today. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll try to report through it through the show.
That can change the Vikings very quick. Bradford looked like Dan Marino last week.
Who?
Dan Marino, the GOAT? Which a late happy birthday to Mr. Dan Marino if you're listening. I love you. And,
get out. You go outside.
I feel good, dude. The Dolphins are actually playing this week.
I know. I bet you're happy.
I am happy. I popped right out of bed. It's game time, baby.
Yeah, you got
game day.
You out of everyone else out there that's listening, you got football for the rest of the year.
Yes, 16 weeks in a row.
16 straight grueling weeks.
Let's hope it's 19, 20 weeks, but we'll see.
How about your boy Landry?
Landry is dealing with the knee injury, but Coach Adam Gase said he is good to go this week against the LA Chargers. The Chargers will be without wide receiver Mike Williams again this week, though. I don't think that's really going to change anything. Keenan Allen's pretty much his boy. What happened to Hunter Henry? Is he still on that team?
Yeah, he's still there. Don't know what happened to him, but Keenan looked pretty good. Well, I don't want to say he looked good. It was a tough game. They played Denver, but they played him well.
Well, it's going to get tougher today, baby.
Williams did well. So you should have went to the game. You should have called in sick today. You should have called me and said, "Hey, I'm not going to make it."
I might call in sick a couple
and
weeks.
gone down to L.A. in that tiny little stadium.
No.
Oh, it would have been awesome. You'd have loved it.
If I had to hear that Supercharger song one more time, I'd blow my head off.
Are they still playing that? Because it's no longer San Diego. They can't do that anymore.
They got to switch it up. If I hear that damn thing, and I'm sure if you watch that Dolphins-Charger game, I guarantee it, half of that stadium is going to be sporting orange and teal.
You think?
We always come out against the Chargers.
Oh.
The last 2 years, I went to the Dolphins-Charger game, and we took over that stadium. But Broncos backup running back Devontae Booker is still ruled out after a wrist injury last week. C.J. Anderson, it looks like Jamal Charles is going to start getting some carries this week.
I think he had 10 last week. I know he fumbled, which was unfortunate.
That helped.
So if you're a CJA owner, yeah.
Jaguars receiver Allen Robinson tore his ACL last week versus the Texans. Had surgery on Monday. He is definitely out for the rest of the season, leaving Marquise Lee and Alan Hearns. I know Lee was picked up in a few of our leagues this week. I don't know if
I would
Bortles
pick up.
still wasn't that great of a quarterback, even though, I mean, they brought it last week, but that was all defense.
No, that was all defense and running. They did a lot like Baltimore.
Yeah.
I know Fournette had like 38 carries. I think he had 20. I know Ivory
looked good.
Ivory had a few. I don't know if Yeldon's back. I don't know if you.
I don't believe so.
I don't know if you grabbed him, but
what you got on Zeke? Is there anything?
Well,
besides
one more. Thomas Rawls is gonna. I think he's
gonna
off.
play?
He's off the injury report.
Nice.
So if you're somebody that's trying to deal with the plethora of running backs over there in Seattle, I pity you. And I don't know who you should start. I would say start Carson, but that would be my non-professional opinion.
We got a few questions sent to us on our Facebook account. If you're not on our page, go to Facebook, like the Fantasy Breakdown, and you can always send in the messenger or post the message. You can send us your lineup changes or lineup questions. I know I have 3 or 4 that was sent this week, so we'll get to that at the end of the show.
You want to do that at the end, or do you just want to do it throughout the show?
We can do it throughout the show. I know you just got one, right?
Yeah, I got one from Isaiah. He's asking, should I start Carlos Hyde in Seattle? I'm going to present this to you since I'm reading it. Just for a flex. He wants Hyde in Seattle, Ertz in Kansas City, or Bryant at home, Martavis Bryant at home against Minnesota.
I'd probably personally I'd go with Bryant.
Old Martavius, this is?
Yep. I believe Big Ben's going to bring it today, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, Hyde is actually on my – I sat Hyde this week in one of my leagues. The only league I have Hyde in, I sat him in favor of James White. He's actually on my stardom, sit-em, sleeper list I got for later in the evening or the morning here. So Isaiah –
thanks for sending the question.
Yeah, I would roll with Bryant as well. New Orleans had some success, and Big Ben and Antonio Brown. I think you'll be all right starting Martavis this week.
Right on. Well, feel free to call us anytime at 842-2000, streaming live on BakersfieldESPN.com. Like I said, check out our Facebook. We're up to date with NFL news and injuries all week. I think we posted like 60-something posts this week. But
you're a busy man.
Go like our page, the Fantasy Breakdown. When we come back, we're going to go over Thursday night's game and what we got out of that, which was not much. Right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 12:30 a.m.
98.1 FM.
The Fantasy Breakdown is brought to you by Catherine Hall Agency, Farmers Insurance, and Advanced Security. Right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 12:30 a.m., 98.1 FM.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Breakdown right here on ESPN Bakersfield. Give us a call anytime you have a lineup question or you want to check like this guy just called me and said, "Hey, are you live?"
No. I just answered I just live
I
here.
answered the phone, sorry. But yeah, give us a call anytime, 842-2000. What's up over there, Earffman?
Hey, okay, so real quick, one more lineup question.
Okay.
It's from Michael.
Michael, what you got, Michael?
He wants to know Terrence West or Christian McCaffrey.
McCaffrey. You got to ride McCaffrey, dude.
Yeah, PPR, dude.
Yes.
Roll McCaffrey.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am.
So,
I'm a little nervous, though, because Coach came out this week and said they want to go slow with him. They don't want to overuse him.
Yeah.
Which I don't, as a fantasy owner, I don't want to hear that.
He's still going to get 15 touches.
And 8 catches?
15 touches, including 8 catches. So you'll get the boring running game from broccoli beef.
Broccoli beef.
Yeah, and then you'll go from there, and then you'll get the trick plays. I don't want to call them trick plays. This is stuff they run with McCaffrey, where he lines up in the slot, or he is out on swing passes, short dump offs, and screen plays. I mean, they're not going to do that with Stewart very often. So anyway, so real quick, Zeke, a lot of crazy crap. I know our show last week, I told you don't go out and dump Darren McFadden, and then 5 minutes later, they announced
inactive.
Yeah, they're like, hey, thanks for playing. Which is awful. Nothing says we appreciate you like, hey, go ahead and suit up. You're going to be the starter since our boys are going to be out for 6 weeks. Hey, you know what? On second thought, just go eat some nachos in the stands.
Watch a game.
Yeah, just hang out. So anyway, so here's trying to, because the NFL is really, really pushing here to end this. Whatever Zeke got to happen, this whole appeal thing, this restraining order, they're really trying to break it. And just to try to give you guys some insight, there's a couple things here. Okay, so the NFL is trying to get this done, this ruling, no later than September 26th. Okay, and let's see here. Sorry, I'm just going through some notes. So other processes that were similar to this were Tom Brady and Peterson. Peterson's appeal took 17 months.
Damn.
Yeah, it was quite a while. And Brady's, who's actually got reversed, it took 7 months for that to happen. So hopefully that kind of stays, okay? But now here's where we could use old
Kyle Jones.
Old Kyle Jones there, yeah. Okay, so those appeals, okay, this is what it says. Okay, it says, those previous appeals challenged a federal district judge vacating an arbitration award, while the current appeal, so Elliott's, is in regards to a preliminary injunction. What the difference is there, I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know. So, and no, I did not research it this morning. I did not wake up in time. Maybe if you are out there listening, maybe if anyone out there understands what that means.
Only thing I needed to know is he playing this week?
He is playing this week, yes.
Okay, then we're good.
So, and then they were saying this judge, his Amos Mazant, I guess, or I'm not sure how to say it exactly. His decisions usually are not reversed. I guess he's made 19 decisions that are similar to this, and only 2 have ever been reversed. So, not saying that, let's play the odds here, but it does appear that that this guy doesn't just grant garbage, if you will. Like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, pay me off, and I'll go ahead and grant that. So we'll see what happens.
As things change, like I said, we'll bring in an attorney that'll break it down for us.
Yeah, and according to Dallas's depth chart, it is listed currently right now Zeke, DMC, and Morris. I do not know. I'll check right now to see if McFadden is active today.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then you got Jerry Jones over there. He's like, yeah, it's 50-50 right now between Darren McFadden and Alfred Morris. So that's where that's at. So
if you're leaning on starting McFadden, then you might just want to pick up another running back. How about that?
It just depends. I got paralyzed this week because of this situation. I have Elliott and I have McFadden, and I was shocked. I was like, why is he inactive? He was supposed to start if Elliott didn't. And I'm not going to go pick up Morris. I don't want to fill my bench up with cowboy running backs. So I'm just going to leave Morris out there and sit on DMC until this thing plays out and see what happens. Hopefully by the 26th, we'll have an answer, like an actual real answer, and we'll know then.
Right on. Well, let's recap real quick. It wasn't much of a game Thursday. I was falling in and out of sleep, and I wasn't even tired.
Breaking news, Sam Bradford's out.
Is he out?
Sam Bradford
Case Keenum
is out.
Case of Keenum, huh?
So it'll be Case E. Keenum.
That's going to be weird. They're playing what, Pittsburgh?
Playing Pittsburgh.
Good luck, Mr. Keenum. Good luck. But Thursday night's game was the Texans and the Bengals. It was a snore fest. Texans won 13-9. Bengals look awful. I'm just going to say it. And I might go on a rant next week if A.J. Green doesn't do anything next week. I'm getting real pissy with A.J. Green.
Dude, what is going on with Cincinnati? What was the stat? Like, they're the first team since, like, 1936 Eagles or something like that?
To drop 2 home games without a touchdown?
Without a touchdown. God-awful. Just
Dalton was 20 for 35, 224, no touchdowns. Mixon led the Bengals in rushing with 36 yards rushing. Man.
it's putrid.
That's a stat. A.J. Green with 5 grabs and 67 yards. He got me 11.7, which was pretty much what he got me last week.
Well, okay, so they just fired their offensive coordinator. So
Yep.
Hopefully good things are ahead.
Well, Bill Lazor, I will tell you, he's the quarterback coach that's taken over the offensive coordinator job. Lazor was in Miami when Tannehill had his good year. Lazor, he knows what he's doing. I just don't know what they can do in Cincy.
Well, we'll see.
That coach, if he doesn't turn around this season, I figure he's out after this season. They were talking about that on Total Access yesterday, that his job is on this line. And they gave him, 5 or 6 years to fix Cincinnati, and they're just slumping now. After firing their coordinator, I'm not sure who they play next week, but if they don't turn...
Green Bay.
Oh, God.
And it's not going to be at home. They're not getting 3 games at home. I haven't looked yet, but I would imagine it's going to be in Green Bay. Green Bay's away tonight. They're in Atlanta. And then they'll be home next week to trounce on Andy Dalton and the Bengals. So... for all the fantasy owners out there, it is looking slowly like Joe Mixon is taking over the backfield. It's not impressive by any means. Currently, the rush split, Gio and Jeremy Hill both have 12 carries apiece on the year. Mixon has 17. Gio has the most yards at 50, Mixon at 45, and Hill at 43. Like I said, it's just right now it's just a complete running back by committee. I would still hold on to Mixon.
I would,
and I guess Gio. I hate saying that. It depends on what your depth is like. But honestly, if Mixon doesn't take over this job, it's going to be it's just going to be a huge bust for Cincy.
I got 2 fantasy quick questions from the Ghostface sent in. Dolphins or Cardinals defense this week?
Cardinals.
And Dolphins or Broncos defense in another league?
I don't like. I'm sorry. I don't like Miami's defense against in L.A.
In L.A.
I don't like that scenario.
Rashad Jones is there. I would start Miami in one of them.
And Denver
is a defense
Denver's
team.
a top defense. I mean,
they're playing Dallas.
You probably drafted them early. Yeah, I would go ahead and run Denver's defense in that game. I would not take Miami on the road against the Chargers. And
they've been in L.A. for 2 weeks getting ready for this game.
And Arizona is playing Indy. And Indy, right now, I'm pretty sure Sparky and I could suit up and start for Indianapolis right now. I'm pretty sure.
If I want another head trauma.
Yeah, I'm in my mid-30s, and I will outrun Frank Gore still. And it's horrible over there. It is god-awful, So I got Jacob. He called in. This is for you. Jimmy Graham or Zach Ertz?
Jimmy Graham's again.
They're playing each other.
Oh,
wait, no. I take that back. I'm
Jimmy
sorry.
Graham is
I'm
playing
sorry.
what?
I'm sorry. He said go Niners, and it threw me off. Yeah, he's a Niner fan. What are you doing with Jimmy Graham if you're a San Francisco fan?
And who's the other one? Ertz?
Yeah, Zach Ertz. He's playing Kansas City.
Dang. That's a tough one. Personally, I would go with I'd probably roll with Ertz just because Seattle's O-line looked horrible last week, and until Jimmy Graham has one of these games that Jimmy Graham's supposed to have. And it's the same thing with Miami and Tampa Bay. You have to understand they're playing their first game this season, and a lot of teams that we expected to be really, really good offensively didn't show up last week. So I'm going to probably kick back on Dolphins and Bucs players until I can see
what happens,
how the big boys play this week. But give us a call, 842-2000. We're going to come back and do football picks.
Yeah, we need we need 3 callers.
We had 3 last week. Whoever calls in is in.
842-2000.
All you got to do is beat me and Earffman.
Not gonna happen.
And you win a $20 gift card. All of you guys.
Not gonna happen.
And ties go to the caller, obviously.
That's crap.
So give us a call, 842-2000.
I want an injunction
if you think
on
you
that.
can beat us. So call in 842-2000 right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 1230 a.m.
98.1 FM.
Call in with your fantasy questions or comments at 842-2000 and check out the Fantasy Breakdown on Facebook with up-to-date NFL news and injury updates. Now, back to the Fantasy Breakdown.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Breakdown. And it's that time.
Well, it's time to beat up on some listeners.
It's the football picks of the week, and these games are going to be tough. I'll let you know that. The rules are you just beat me and the Earffman. You get a $20 gift card. It's that easy.
One more question for you real quick.
Is this
Zach from Kansas.
All right, what you got?
Well, there's no place like home.
Oh, God.
That's what he does out there. That's all he does all day. Ingram or Kamara, PPR?
Ingram. I'd probably go with Ingram.
I'll agree.
All right, well, our football picks brought to you by Muerto's Kitchen and Lounge. We got Jeremiah, Mikey, and Michelle. They will go in that order. Mr. Jeremiah, Eagles at Kansas City. Who you got?
Eagles.
Oh, Philly.
Who you got, Mikey?
KC.
KC. Michelle.
I'm going to go Eagles.
I'm going to go with KC. What you got, Earffman?
Kansas City.
All right, Jeremiah. Patriots at New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Nice. I like this guy already. Mikey.
Let's go with New England.
Ugh.
Aw.
Michelle, what you got?
Patriots.
You guys are grossing me out. I'm going to go with New England, too.
Wow.
Earffman.
all this crap. And
I still hate him, but
I'm going to roll. I'm going to go. This has been a really tough one for me, but I'm going to go with New Orleans also.
I hope so. I hope they pull it out. I'd love to see the Patriots start 0-2.
I'm sure you would. I don't. That's why I'm like, I don't see that happening. But why do I want to pick New Orleans? I don't know. So anyway.
All right, Jeremiah. Who you got? Cowboys at Denver.
Cowboys.
All right.
Mikey.
Denver.
Look at Mikey taking all the AFC West teams.
Huh.
Michelle, who you got?
Denver.
I'm going to go with Dallas.
I got Dallas as well.
All right. Vikings at Pittsburgh. Jeremiah.
Pittsburgh.
Mikey.
Pittsburgh.
Michelle.
Pittsburgh.
Well, now that Sam Bradford's out, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
This game's a wash. I got Pittsburgh as well.
All right. Dolphins at the L.A. Chargers. Jeremiah.
Dolphins.
Yeah. Mikey.
Going with the fish. The big fish.
There you go. There you go. I love this guy, man. What's up with all these Dolphin picks? I never hear that.
I'm kicking these people off the air.
Michelle.
Dolphins.
You know I'm taking the Dolphins.
This is putrid. I'm taking L.A.
You make me sick. You make me sick.
It's a good thing you're in another room. I'd kill you right now.
Packers at Atlanta. Jeremiah.
Packers.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mikey.
Packers.
That's my boy.
Michelle.
Packers.
Yeah.
You know what? Since you took I'm going to cross this out. I'm going to take ATL.
You know what? It really is a good thing you're in the other room.
That's all right.
I'm taking Green Bay.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Last game, the Detroit Lions at the New York Giants. Jeremiah.
Giants.
Mikey.
Detroit.
And Michelle.
Giants.
I'm going to go with Detroit.
I got the G-Men.
You got the Giants?
Yeah. You want to grab one more since the Vikings in Pittsburgh was a wash?
Sure. What you got?
Give me 2 seconds here. Titans, Jaguars.
Titans at Jaguars?
Yep, I think that'd be a tough game.
Who you got? Jeremiah?
Jaguars.
Jacksonville.
Mikey?
Tennessee.
And Michelle.
Titans.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville. That defense looks tough.
And I, too, will roll with Jacksonville.
All right, everybody, thank you. Have a good weekend. And good luck. Hopefully we'll be all eating together at Muerto's next week.
Best of not luck to you guys.
Thank you, guys. All right. I had one more fantasy question that just got sent to me.
What you got?
Mr. Jason says, what flex player should I play? Blunt at Kansas City, or Blunt versus Kansas City, Jordan Matthews versus Carolina, or Kerwin Williams at Indy?
Wait, what? Blunt, Matthews, and Kerwin?
Yep.
I'd go with Kerwin this week.
This week?
Yeah.
Just because they're playing the Colts or what?
Well, Blunt's playing a tough Chiefs D, and it's in Kansas City. Jordan, I haven't seen enough out of Buffalo yet. I don't like the situation, and they're in Carolina. Arizona is playing Indy. You know what I think about Indy right now. Dumpster fire. Arizona should open that up big, and if they can do that, then Kerwin should roll with the carries and just hopefully rack up some points for you.
Well, when we come back, we'll run through a few more fantasy questions.
Yeah, do some start, sit, sleeper maybe if we got time.
I'll break down if we have time. I'll break down what I got out of week 1. There was a few surprises for me. ESPN Bakersfield is your home for the Oakland Raiders. But we also are the home of the NFL. If you keep it right here, tuned in, 9:30 pregame, we're going to air the Eagles and Chiefs game, and then followed with the Raiders at Jets right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 12:30 a.m.
98.1 FM.
ESPN Bakersfield, 12:30 a.m., 98.1 FM, is the home of the Oakland Raiders and Fantasy Talk. So let's get back to the Fantasy Breakdown with your hosts, Sparky and the Earffman.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Breakdown. This is Sparky. Over there is the Earffman.
One of the greatest songs ever, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have a quick caller. Dave, what you got?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's
Good
going
morning,
on, Dave?
good
Thanks
morning.
for calling.
All right. Hey, so I got Sam Bradford's out.
Yep.
I've got Davin Cook, and I've got Stephon Diggs. What's going to happen with these guys? Should I pull both of them out? I've already pulled out Stephon Diggs, and I replaced him with Deshaun Jackson.
All right.
But do I pull Cook out? And
I
put in
personally,
somebody
I would leave
Kerwin
Cook.
Williams, or do I just roll the
Oh, you got
dice?
Kerwin.
Because I'm thinking that the box is just going to get filled up.
Blown
there.
up now.
Real quick, who is your other running back?
I got Kerwin Williams. I got Procise and Kamara with New Orleans.
No, who's your other starting running back?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got Ajayi.
Oh, nice.
I honestly, I would stick with Cook. You got no prep here for Keenum, and of course they're going to try to keep the offense balanced, but this is going to go heavy for Dalvin. If you ask me, I know Pittsburgh has a much tougher defense than New Orleans does, but I would imagine Dalvin's looking upwards of 15 touches, and you got to figure he's involved with the pass game as well. It's not like they're going to roll with Jerick McKinnon, So if it's me, if it's my team,
I go with Cook.
I'm sticking with Cook. I would need to see what happens with Kerwin before I play him over Dalvin. Dalvin had a lot of usage
playing Indy,
last
though.
week. I understand that, but
But I would still go with Cook.
I would stick with Cook. But that's for me though.
Is it
Like
a
I said.
PPR league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a half PPR league. Yeah.
Yeah, I would stick with Cook.
I like the Deshaun for Diggs, but I still think, I don't know. That one's a 50-50. I think Diggs is still going to get his, but it's probably not going to be anywhere close as he was last
Yeah, you're
week.
going from the problem here with Diggs in this scenario is usually in this scenario you get dump offs, and dump offs go to either Dalvin, the tight end, Rudolph, or the slot.
the red zone
get
reindeer.
out of here with that. Or you're looking at the slot guy. Usually your safety valves. Of course, Diggs will get a couple shots. I don't know how many. It's like you said, you're in a tough spot. It's a last-minute thing. I think you did a good thing with Deshaun Jackson. I like Tampa's offense this year, and I think you'll be fine there. But like I said, as far as the running backs, I would stick with Cook.
Yeah, I just noticed I do have and I was just going to keep him there.
You're going to start
Yeah.
Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I would stick with Hot Tub Time Machine.
Really?
Yeah, old jacuzzi. I would stick with him.
Personally, I would throw in Kerwin.
I DFS'd the hot tub this week, so like I like him. You know, like dude, every time he gets heavy usage, and that's what I was saying about Dalvin. That's all you can ask for as a fantasy owner. You just want opportunity, and I mean,
make the best out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want a guy, and that's the problem with Diggs right now. You don't know what he's going to get, so that's why you're gonna take him out.
He blew my team up last week,
and that's why you don't want to start a guy like Procise. You know, since you have him on your bench, because you don't know. There's 4 running backs over there right now, and you don't know who's taking the first team snaps. Same thing with New Orleans. You don't know who's going to run that. Is it going to be Kamara? Is it going to be AP? Is it going to be Ingram? So, you know, because AP didn't sign up for 9 snaps, you know. So yeah.
Well, good luck, Dave. Thank you for the call.
All right, thanks, brother.
Thanks, man.
I got 2 more questions. Kirk sent in, does he start Tariq at Tampa Bay, Blunt, McCaffrey, or DeMarco Murray?
Just one of those guys?
Yeah. Cohen, Blunt, McCaffrey, or Murray?
For me, it's either Murray or McCaffrey. Is it a PPR league?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is for me.
All right. And the last question I had from Devin, tight end Jesse James from Pittsburgh or Graham?
Jimmy?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
I know James had 2 touchdowns last week. He's a red zone target over there, but but now they're playing Minnesota without Bradford.
I hate
and Graham against Frisco.
I'm not trying to jump on the Jesse James train, but look, San Francisco just shut down Greg Olsen, and Greg Olsen is in a better situation than Jimmy Graham right now. At least Cam Newton can stand upright and throw passes. Who knows what Russell Wilson's going to be able to do? I think I would. I think I would go with James. Even though I threw up in my mouth a little bit right now.
I have a question personally.
Okay, what you got?
I'll bounce off the Earffman. Big Ben or Carr?
Oh, Carr.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, last week I was like, damn it. I always put myself in these situations where I get 2 good quarterbacks, and I'm like. I just
like
my thing is
Derek Carr.
I'm starting Lynch. So I don't want to stack too much Raiders offense on my team, but
hey, I bet you
playing the Jets.
I bet you there's some listeners out there right now that are like, "What are you doing? You start all the Raiders."
Yes,
you
of
put
course,
all of them in there.
I'm a half. I love Carr. Even you know, I've always liked Carr.
It's broke. It's broke.
It's broke. That's
but
brutal.
Big Ben puts up a lot of points, man.
I personally like Derek more than Roethlisberger for the entire season.
Right on.
Yes. So that's why I would say Derek Carr. Plus, he's at home. He's making his home debut this week, and I like that. I know Ben's at home as well. But, I mean, now with Bradford out, this game could – I hate assuming things. These are like crutch arguments I'm making here.
You know what assumptions are.
You know, but seriously, you know, like you just think now that they're an unprepared team going in with a quarterback. Their offense is going to take a heavy hit. This could just turn into the Le'Veon Bell show, and James Conner, I think his name is. You know, they could just – I don't know. I would roll with Derek, though. But the same thing there, though, because they're playing the Jets, and who freaking knows what's going to happen with that. But I would go with Derek Carr. That's me personally. I would go with Derek Carr.
Right on. Welp.
Hey, James White, Carlos Hyde from Stan.
White.
James White, okay. And I like that call because Hyde's against Seattle. Phillip's got Alshon Jeffrey or Adam Thielen.
Thielen. I don't like Alshon.
With Bradford out?
Yeah. Damn. Flip a coin, dude. Alshon's Alshon. He can get hurt walking up to the first play, so.
I'd go with Alshon, I think. I'd go with Alshon. That's what I'm going to tell him.
That really is going to affect my team.
Phillip, go with Alshon.
I got to go change my roster. Damn it.
I can't believe we're talking about Vikings players.
And we're talking about Sam Bradford.
You know, I know.
Like he's God or something.
I know. But
everybody tune in. Enjoy your weekend. Cook up some steaks from Wooddale's.
Enjoy the football week, everybody.
Use that Spike seasoning and watch football all day. The night game's even going to be good this week.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. My boy Aaron is going to tear some things up.
Good luck in everybody that took part in our picks. Catch us next week.
No, I don't. No, I don't wish no goodwill on them.
Sunday from 8 to 9, right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 12:30 a.m.
98.1 FM.